Okay, salutations. I'm Joel Wilborn, and welcome to another episode of AQS Inmate Call. This episode is a call from Laquisha Gray, and she experienced a strip search where a male was seen in the area, and she felt very uncomfortable about this whole thing. And she wanted to call and vent to me. And I think that's a good thing that supportive relationships can do, is we can actually listen, and offer some sort of verbal or maybe research, any type of support that we can. That's what we do. And I was there for her, and hopefully other people, maybe counselors or something, would be there for her too. But she felt very uncomfortable and just needed to call someone and talk it over. And that's what we did in this one. So this is Laquisha's call. Alexa, accept call.
You received a call from an inmate incarcerated at the Department of Corrections.
Well, hello, Miss Laquisha Gray. How are you? Wait a minute. Whoa. Slow down. So, wait. You were strip searched by a male? Oh, well. Oh, after all, you are technically a slave, and you really don't have a lot of privacy. Or okay. Oh, well, yeah. I think that's just terrible. I think it's terrible the way they treat you guys. They think that they can do whatever they want. Yeah. I know. I hear you. I understand. And that's one of the things we're fighting for out here. The 13th Amendment that gives freedom to all the slaves except prisoners. And so they're not going to give you minimum pay. You can go out and work in the fields. And, that Black Lives Matter, they say it's a way of legalizing slavery for the black folks again. And it's just, people want to turn the other cheek. They want to look away. And unless we get that word out there, that there's some little atrocities and some terrible things going on in there. I don't even want to get started on your health care. Well, okay, yeah, I agree. And you do have a right to privacy. And I know out here you do. And, if they were to pick you up before you were tried and convicted, and they just held you for questioning or something and treated you in that way, and going into, well, I don't know if they suspect that you're hiding drugs or something like that, they should put it into a closed room with same sex in there. But the world's changing, and that's a shame too, because it's getting to the point where if you choose to be a female, you can hang with them, or if you choose to be a male, I know, and I support that way of life too. It's just that we gotta draw some kind of line somewhere along the line, because there's people that believe one way, and then there's people that believe the opposite way, and it's really hard to please them all. Let's say, there's people that feel very uncomfortable going into a shower room with their own sex people. Well, yeah, I know, and that's, yeah, well, they want to be equal with male and female guards, and I'm sure in the male prisons they do the same thing. I've heard incidents where a male would be strip searched and there's a window close by or something, and well, yeah, that's true. I guess there'll be times where the male or female, just depending on who's available or who's on duty, can do the strip search no matter what. And I understand. I know you're very upset about it, and you grew up with a certain degree of privacy, and you have your rights that you're used to.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Well, I tell you what. Why don't you send me a letter on it? Let me see if there's something I can do. It will help our cause. We've got to fight this thing. You guys deserve dignity. That's all there is to it. And this little incident is not good. And so we need to get it out there. And anything that you want to offer, give as much detail or something as you can, and how I guess mostly important is how you felt. Okay.
You have 30 seconds remaining.
All right. Well, I'm sorry that happened to you. And you got a support team out here, and we'll do what we can to help you out. You stay strong, and talk to your friends. Don't let this get you down. You're a good woman. You're a strong woman. You can get through this. And we're out here. We support you 100%. Have yourself a nice day, and encourage other people and inspire other people, just like you always do. Okay, there you have it. That is one of my biggest concerns right there. I don't like the fact that the Constitution gives the Department of Corrections the right to treat people as slaves. I'm sure back in the day, it had its purpose, but now it doesn't. There's really no reason to add insult to injury on something like this. It's bad enough to be locked away from the family. It's bad enough to be publicly shamed because of a crime. And it's bad enough to be locked away in a cell, barely able to get out and exercise, mingle with other people. Your life is pretty much put at risk because you're sitting in an area with people that you know nothing about, and of course the common denominator is some of them are violent criminals. Of course, not everybody, but some of these people, they belong there. They need to be locked up, and these folks are in there with them, and that can't have a good ending. It's not very, very productive, very helpful to society. So I know there's a lot of advocates out there that want to amend the 13th Amendment. Maybe, if anything, just take that part out. And then when you have people that go out on the cleanup crew, or they're working in the fields, or they're working in factories, it won't be cheap labor. They'll have to pay them minimum wage. And that would be nice too, because for the loved ones, it's really hard on them. These folks get locked up, and it costs the loved ones money to send a letter, receive a phone call, send email, send food packages. I think the inmate will feel a little more productive, maybe feel that there's a reason to live a crime-free life. If they were making at least the minimum wage and buying their own stuff. Of course, it would cost lots of money from the state that locks them up, or from the federal government. And maybe that would be a motivator so that when people go to trial and the sentencing phase comes up, people might look at it and say, this is going to be pretty expensive to put these folks in there because we have to pay them minimum wage. And it just wouldn't make any sense to keep a person with a harsh background, shall we say, in there for decades. Because we have to pay them. And, making minimum wage while they're in there, they can help do some restitution too. So there's quite a bit of advantages. This just would be extremely expensive to do something like that. And I think finding alternative ways to carry out a sentence would be great. Other countries can do it. Why can't we? And poor Laquisha, though, she's treated like she has no say in the matter. Her opinions, her privacy, her thoughts, her feelings, none of that matters. And it's a shame that folks have to go through something like that, male or female. It's something we need to bring up for discussion, something that definitely needs to be brought to the public's attention. And hopefully, with all that's going on in the world, we can get this out sooner rather than later. What we want is not to fill the prisons up. We want to end the crime. We want to get the people back out so that they're making money, supporting their families, taking care of neighbors and loved ones. We want to build the community, not destroy it, not separate it like that. Well, thanks for listening to my little take on this. And hopefully you'll get out there and discuss things with your friends and family and your loved ones about the 13th Amendment, keeping prisoners as slaves. So have a great day and go out and make wonderful memories for tomorrow.